The union that represents grocery store workers across the province is calling on you to elevate your messaging from the other day, where you said, now the expectation is that people will wear masks indoors in places like grocery stores to a provincial order. I guess my question is, what's your reaction to their request for that? And if you would you consider elevating it to a provincial order? And if not, why not?
Yeah, so we have talked about masks and other personal behaviors that are an important tool as part of the group of things or the layers of protection that we have. So we have not mandated that you must maintain a safe distance from people. We've not mandated those types of activities because they all work together and we all need to have them together, and most people are doing the right thing. Where I'm paying particular focus on masks now is because we are seeing increased transmission, particularly in some areas of this province, and that extra layer of protection in addition to the other things that we're doing, our hierarchy of control. So minimizing the time that we spend, minimizing the number of people in an environment like a grocery store, making sure that we're not stopping and talking closely to somebody, wearing a mask. Those are all important steps that we all need to take all the time, and reinforcing that. The other thing that is important that works very effectively is barriers. So we have two parts to this. In the grocery stores and other retail stores, every business needs to have their COVID safety plan. And for those types of businesses, we know as well that WorkSafe BC has guidance that protects workers. So we need to make sure that workers as well have access to personal protective equipment, are wearing masks where it's appropriate, are maintaining their safe distance, making sure they have barriers in place, that we adhere to the things that we had in place that we started in March and we all learned how to do, which was, having one-way markers in the grocery store, reducing the number of people commensurate to the size of the facility so that you're not getting crowding and enclosed spaces. So all of those things work together, and I will reinforce with people in grocery stores and other retail places. I've also heard from people who work in hardware stores and other places that both staff and people who are using those facilities and retail places should be using all of the layers of protection, and that includes wearing a mask when you can't maintain those distances.
Rob, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we don't see people complying with this expectation, if we might see it turned into an order. At some point, I was at a grocery store today where I interviewed 3 people none of whom were wearing masks, but they said and then I've just been saying this, but they said if it was mandatory, they would be wearing them. I'm wondering if you can articulate for me if there might be some appeal at some point to making it mandatory.
There's no evidence that I've seen that making it mandatory is going to change the mind of those very small number of people who have a mindset against wearing a mask. So that's not the approach we're taking. We are continuing to take the approach that this is one tool in addition to the other ones that we have that help keep us safe. And I know that most people understand that and appreciate that and are doing the right thing. And that's important. And we have seen very good compliance. And I also want to say that, we have not been seeing transmission in grocery stores when people are doing the other things that are important as well, like maintaining space, minimizing the time in the store. And I will also bring up, because it is important, there are some people who cannot wear a mask. It is very few. There are very few medical conditions, but they are very real. And we are not going to be requiring people to carry a medical note or anything like that. We trust people who have those conditions, that they take other measures to make sure that they're doing what they can to protect others and protect themselves. And that may mean ordering out and picking up your groceries rather than going shopping in a grocery store. So there are other things that we can do to support people who have a reason for not wearing a mask. But no, we are not intending to make this mandatory. It is a human behavior that we want to support, and we know that most people are supportive of, and we want to encourage and support everybody to do the right thing.